This is a soulmate or a twin flame connection. You have someone that is really feeling the effects. Someone's really learning their harsh truth. Someone's learning a lot of lessons here because someone let go of you because they thought they weren't ready to give you love. And because they thought they weren't ready to give you love, this person didn't think or feel they would really feel the effects of losing you. However, with the Queen of Cups coming through and the Queen of Swords and also the Queen of Wands, oh my God, you are on this person's mind even a lot more than what they thought you were going to be. You are on this person's mind in a way this person didn't even expect you to be on their mind at all. Because this person thought they were so withdrawn from you that they weren't going to feel any type of emotions. Maybe because they were in a time in their life where they were grieving or they were losing someone else. But by letting you go, this person has had a lot of inner conflict with the Five of Wands. And now they're at a crossroads because they're really indecisive. Because they don't know whether to come back or not, or let you move forward and let you move on. They don't know if they've caused you so much chaos that a relationship and a connection isn't even possible because of the chaos. And this person kind of knows that they are mentally exhausted or mentally drained. So they kind of know they don't have... they're choosing to think they don't have enough energy or enough effort to make it work because you actually need more reassurance or you need more reassurance. But the thing is this person is the one that made it chaotic because they took too long to actually make a choice when they didn't need to. They actually took longer to make a decision than what they needed to. And I actually feel like this person's lying to themselves about why they did that. Because I feel like they're lying to themselves that they actually knew what they wanted, but they were deliberately taking more time because they actually wanted more time with you. They actually didn't want to lose you. So I feel like this person, when they made a choice or a decision to make it chaotic, they were actually doing it on purpose. And I feel like this person actually does want a relationship with you, but they want to make it difficult for some reason. They want to make it difficult because they feel like difficulty is what they're used to in their last connection or their last relationship. And I don't feel like they're in love with someone else, but I feel like they haven't healed from someone else. And I feel like they want to make it difficult because they haven't healed from someone else. And this gives this person some type of energy of control because I feel like they do really love you, but they don't want to admit it. And I feel like they don't want to admit it because this person thinks that they're not ready. However, I feel like your love actually intimidates the crap out of this person because I feel like they're incredibly brokenhearted from their last relationship. But I feel like the love they have for you and the love they feel for you doesn't even compare to their last relationship. And they know that. And in a lot of ways, your love for this person is going to help them get over their last relationship. But I feel like they don't want to actually do that because they don't feel that they're good enough. And that's the problem. I don't feel like it's anything to do with they don't know if they love you or that you're good enough. I feel like this person doesn't think that they're good enough. And because of that reason, I feel like this person doesn't actually think they became emotionally vulnerable to you. But I think that they did. And I think by letting you go, it brought to the prospect and it also brought to light everything this person was feeling, because it's when they lost control of you that they also gained insight to the fact that they did and they were emotionally vulnerable with you all along. You're the one that broke up with this person, and this person doesn't want to show you that they're pissed off about it. This person doesn't want to give you any power because this person thinks and feels that you're playing games with them. And they don't want to show you that they're secretly annoyed that you broke it off with this person because this person doesn't want to show you that you mean anything to them because they feel like they want to get even with you. So what's happening with this person is that they want to show you that they're the ones that are most successful. And the reason is because they're actually the ones that aren't the most successful in this situation. They feel rejected and they feel abandoned by you. So their ego is in tatters. So what's happening is they're trying to convince themselves they're successful without you because they think that they don't need you. But they also feel like they can't have you because you rejected and you abandoned them. But what's actually happening is this person does need you, and they're having a constant fight within themselves because their ego sense is being like, no, I can't take you back because you broke up with me, you abandoned me, you rejected me, I have to get even with you. But what's actually happening is you're either a soulmate or a twin flame, and by you breaking up with this person, you put a stop to this person's toxic behaviors. So you were saying no to this person, but this person doesn't see it from that perspective because they're not healed. So what's happening is they're not taking your love in a healing sense. They're trying to get back at you. They're trying to get even with you because they're so upset with you. But they're also upset within themselves because they're upset that they can't change, they can't grow, they can't see the lesson because you didn't break up with this person to be nasty. You broke up with this person because you saw this person wasn't ready, and this person knows this. You saw that this person's toxic behaviors were going to affect the relationship even in a way that was terrible to the connection. You actually saved this relationship by being the one to break it off with this person, and this person knows this deep down, but they don't want to grow. They don't want to heal. They don't want to change. They don't want to learn the lesson. So what's happening is this person's going back and forth in their mind. And that's why they're hot and cold with you. Because it's like they do start to see it from your perspective, but then they don't start to see it from your perspective. And that's when they abandon and they ghost you because they're still ego. They're still ego about everything that's happened between the two of you. But when it comes to you and this person here moving forward, we have the Judgment energy stepping forward and we have the Eight of Swords coming in. This person will make a choice and they will make a decision to get more clarity from you and about what you actually want. But here's the thing with the King of Cups, they actually love you. This person loves you, and that's the reason they're still hanging on to this, because of their love. In a lot of ways, as contradicting and as odd as this sounds, your love is actually stopping the ego sense from this person completely. Your love is stopping this person from completely hanging on to their ego sense, to their ego self. Your love is, the love they have for you is actually stopping this person from moving on completely. Someone is trying to give you a commitment now that you've moved on because someone's realized now what they wanted. Now they realize what they want. And it's after you're moving on, they realize what they want. But with the Justice energy coming through and the Queen of Cups, this person is freaking out because this person knows they're the ones that hurt you, and they know they're the ones that also have to make up for what they've done, but they're trying to give you a commitment because they think that you still want a commitment with them, and they think it's the one thing that's going to save this. But what's happening is you don't feel safe. You don't feel comfortable around this person, so you're putting up boundaries. Now, this person thinks that you're either playing hard to get by doing this, or they think you're abandoning and you're rejecting them. Now, you're not abandoning and rejecting this person. You're still pissed off, or you're still upset they haven't apologized for what they've done. Now, this person wants to victimize. They want to play the victim, because they don't want to take responsibility for the regret. So they want to spin it around and say that you're the one in the wrong because you're abandoning and rejecting them because they're coming forward and they're giving you commitment. Now, they're love bombing you, but their idea of love bombing you is acceptable because they think that it makes up for the fact they ghosted and abandoned you because they did the wrong thing and they didn't want to apologize for it. But here's the thing. They didn't want to apologize for it because they genuinely felt bad about what they did. But they didn't want to apologize for it because they didn't want to have to deal with the possibility that it was too late. Because if it was too late for this person was absolutely going to be distraught. They were going to be rejected. They were going to be abandoned. So they want to actually say that you're abandoning and you're rejecting them because that's what they're worried about. That's what they're actually worried about. But they don't want to come forward and say that to you because they are scared to communicate with you because they're scared they've pushed you too far this time. They're scared they've pushed you too far. Now, I am seeing the possibility of perhaps a third-party situation that might be in the way of this. You might be attracting someone else in, or there might be someone else that's coming in with this. Now, if this is the case, this is going to be this person's karma. This is going to be this person's karma, because this person is going to realize they pushed you too far and it's too late. However, there also is the possibility of this person hanging around you and not letting go of you and then becoming passive aggressive, because they're going to get so angry and so annoyed that you're not listening to them, or you're not being the one that communicates to this person first. But nevertheless, this person is absolutely terrified of losing you with the Empress. They might not be saying it, because they might be trying to spin it around, saying that you're abandoning and you're rejecting them, but they're only doing that because they're pissed off with the reaction and the response that you're giving this person. But here's the thing, you're only giving this reaction and this response to the fact that they disrespected and they treated you wrongly in the very first place, and they can't handle that. Somebody can't handle how quickly you're moving away from them. And it's making this person feel like you never loved them and you never had any emotions for them. So this person is saying that you're being cruel, you're being unkind, because they think that you played them. They think that you gave them false hope because you never gave them a connection and you never gave them a relationship to begin with. But this person was always the one that created emotional distance, because they were never happy with the reactions, the responses, or they were never happy with what you gave them. Now, what actually happened with the Emperor stepping forward is that this person created this distance, which actually made you have more power, because you stopped relying on this person and you started relying on yourself, and this person hated it. This person hated it because this person hated that you didn't need them. But what happened was this person was actually the one that gave you the power, because they created this chase. But instead of this person telling you they wanted you to chase them, you didn't. And when this person came back in, they were always so passive with you. They were always so angry and aggressive with you, and you could never understand why. And the reason was because this person wanted a relationship with you, but they wanted to make it as difficult as possible, because they wanted you to be the one that stepped out and gave them a relationship, because they didn't want to have to deal with the emotional vulnerability, because they were either unhealed from their past, or they were still broken and still wounded from a previous relationship. But it's almost like you never knew what this person wanted, because they never told you what they wanted, because they never wanted to be vulnerable, because they were always so scared about being rejected, about being abandoned, because they knew that you weren't a rebound. They knew this relationship wasn't going to be something that was just insignificant, and it scared the crap out of this person to be vulnerable with you, because this person knew that they weren't just going to get over you. This person knew that the love they had for you was something that was just something that they weren't going to be able to get over. So what happened is this person was the one that pushed you away, because they self-sabotaged it. And it's now taking this person all this time to realize that they self-sabotaged it, because they were scared of giving you their heart. But what's happening now is, rather than this person choosing to give you their heart in the beginning, their heart is now breaking. And what's happening is the pain they're experiencing of their heart breaking because they don't have you is actually so more significant than this person actually taking a risk of faith and a leap of faith and getting rejected or abandoned. That pain now of having the broken heart is actually so more significant than what they thought they would experience through abandonment, heartbreak, and rejection. So now what's happening is this person is trying to heal. They're trying to move on. They're trying to let go of you, but they cannot stop thinking about you with the Empress, because they can't stop thinking about the regret. And you're their biggest regret. So they can't stop thinking about you because you're right there with the regret. And they can't get through the wall because they're blocked by the wall, which is their regret. And that's why you're constantly on this person's mind. That's why they're so mixed with their emotions. They're hot, they're cold, they're passive, they're angry, they're sweet towards you, because they're going through a turmoil. They're going through this energy where they don't know what to do because they can't heal, because the regret is so big. Their love is so huge that they cannot figure out a choice or a decision because they're just so mixed with everything else that's happening in their head, and they're going through a turmoil right now when it comes to trying to get over you.